Hey guys, I wrote a book. Its name's Zeus. Uh, says Zeus by Alivia Epstein. This is the story of my life, the good and the bad. I had a good mom, but my owner did not let me stay with me after I was born. Maybe my dad was a pit bull, my mom was a chihuahua. My owner beat me, and I was always hungry. Every day I missed my mom. My neck was always chained up to a fence. My mom was always allowed to stay inside. I miss her so much. I don't know what my name is because the owner never played with me. I saw other dogs playing with balls and toys. My neighbor's dog was named Lucky. In the summer, Lucky was playing with the small kids and having fun in the water. I always saw the kids and big adults playing with Lucky. In the wintertime, Lucky was inside the warm house, but I was outside on the chain. I hated this chain because it was almost as heavy as I was. I prayed every day for a miracle that I would go to a safe home like Lucky had. I always thought about food. I was hungry all the time. I always remember where I came from and that God loved me. I had faith that He would get me out of this situation. One day, some people came over and took me into a dark van. Next thing I know, I saw a bunch of dogs, and this woman was taking me inside a building. The lady was so nice. I was so scared. The lady put me in a cage with some food. There was a bunch of dogs barking around me. They were in the cage too. It was so loud that I could barely hear myself think. I got headaches often. This stressed me out. One day, they came and took me and put me in this big room with lots of lights. They gave me something and made me sleep. Then I woke up in another cage with some food. Uh, I was hurting very badly. My leg really hurt. I went to sleep. Then I woke up with another lady that was really nice. She was talking to me in a real sweet voice. I could remember her brown-eyed hair. Her hair was so curly. How her freckles on her face were glowing. She looks like an angel. I felt really weird. I had this collar around my neck. I could barely move. The collar covered my head. This was really uncomfortable, but I was so sleepy I didn't care. She gave me to this woman named Melissa. Melissa kept making goofy faces and tickling my stomach. I did not like this because I didn't want to get close to her. I thought she would hurt me like everyone else did. We went into the car. I fell asleep listening to some music while the ladies talked about me. I got to our destination and it was a White House. Melissa was making googly faces at me. She laid me down on the bed and made some more googly faces at me and kissed my head. She started calling me Zeus. I guess that's what my name is. Later, Melissa opened my mouth and she put something in my mouth. I don't know what it was. It definitely did not trust her. So I spit it out. She forced me to swallow it. Then I went to sleep. I woke up in the morning. Melissa opened my mouth and put something in my mouth again. It took away my pain, but did not make me sleepy. She let me stay in the cage for a little while till she took me outside, and I lay there on the ground and did not move. I was so scared. She took the collar off my head. I felt more comfortable. I could tell she was trying to be nice, but didn't want to get close to her. I got up and went to the restroom. She started clapping her hands and yelling out happy songs. I thought this lady was nuts. What am I gonna do now? She is so annoying. I want to drink some water without and she started clapping her hands and saying Zeus, something something. She was so happy. I just wish the lady could let me drink and go to the bathroom on my own without having something silly to say about it. She was always babying me. She took me inside and let me lay back in the cage. I lay there. I could not sleep. I was so restless, anxious. She left me alone the rest of the day. She came into the room and looked at me and started talking about me. Melissa made more googly eyes and faces, and her clapping her hands. The rest of the day, she did not bother me until eating. She put something in my mouth. The good thing is she spent most of the time. She let me spend most of the time by myself in the cage. When Melissa would try to pull me out and take me somewhere, I would fight her as hard as I could to stay in the cage. I was so scared of her. This went on for a couple weeks. I started feeling more comfortable around Melissa. She gave me peanut butter, and I licked it off her hands. She made googly faces and laughed at me and clapped her hands. I just wanted peanut butter because it tastes good. I found her annoying. I wanted to eat by myself without her freaking out. One day, she had a friend named Misty who brought home another dog. It was a female dog, and I had a crush on her. She was so beautiful. She had blue eyes like the sky. Her name was Abby. My name was Zeus, and I loved Abby so much. I followed her everywhere she went. She would go outside. I'll go outside. Melissa and Misty were best friends. I love Abby so much. She is so kind and sweet. We wrestle a lot. She is bigger than me, and I always got on top of her. She always got on top of me. Melissa sleeps in so late. I wake her up by wrestling with Abby on top of her bed. When she covers herself with her blanket, I pull the blanket off of her. She looks like a zombie when she wakes up. It takes her a while to wake up. She takes me outside every morning. One day, Melissa and Missy left us in the room by herself. Left us in the room by herself. I grabbed some of her clothes and shoes and scattered them throughout the room. When she came back for them, she laughed at me and then I played with her. I love Melissa. She never gets mad at me. She's always good in a good mood. Me and Abby play tag outside. I am faster than Abby. I always run after her and flip her by Abby's feet on the ground. This move always makes her go down the ground. I lick Abby's ear and lightly bite her. When I do that, Abby gets on top of me, playfully bites me. She is so strong. Melissa and Misty gives us chicken bones. We hide the bones in the yard. When we go outside, we look for the bones. Sometimes I'll try to take all the bones in the yard and hide them where Abby can't be able to find them. One day, Misty left and took Abby from me. I miss her so much. I didn't eat for 2 days. I dreamed about her Abby all night. I miss Abby and Melissa so much. Life has not had been the same since she left. Melissa misses Abby so much. She cries a lot. She tries to hide her broken face from me. I can still hear her when she cries and screams into her pillow. I'm worried about Melissa because she can't walk. She walks into walls, tables, and chairs. One day she walked into the wall, and one day she walked into the door and fell on the floor. She did not get up for a long time. She hit her head. She got back up, started laughing. I didn't know why she laughed so hard because she really hurt herself. She had a 3-inch cut on her head. She was bleeding badly. She sat down on the ground and smoked. Moments later, she started laughing and said, "I'm messed up." She drinks a lot. I wonder why she is so thirsty. Every time she walks, it gets worse. I'm trying to get used to her following when she walks. Abby gets so angry that she screams at the sky and curses at an amen Jesus. She blames Jesus for Missy dying in a car accident, which I wish I could hold back Melissa and let her know that it will be okay. She is so upset. Misty and her best friend Melissa smokes and gets angry at me often. One day she was gone and I chewed up all her shoes. She saw I did this and hit me. She called me bad names. She put me in a cage for 2 days without food. I had a bowl of water. I was so hungry. She let me out. She was dragging me outside. Then there was a man throwing rocks at me. I was so scared. I didn't know why she hates me so much. The man moved, and his name was Fred. Fred and Melissa hates me so much. Fred sprayed Melissa with bleach, and then they were arguing. She was screaming, and he was choking her. Fred put a bun around her neck and called her bad names. Melissa passed out. When she woke up, he was nice for a bit. Then they drank and smoked, and they argued about me. Fred wanted to get rid of me. Melissa wanted me to stay. I didn't know that Melissa loves me so much. I know that Melissa loves me so much. I think she is hurt because of Missy being gone. Fred is so mean to Melissa and needs to leave. And she needs to leave him. But she won't. I wish Misty and Abby were still here. Things would be a lot different if Abby and Misty were still here. Okay, I am going to talk about the animal. Zeus was my dog, and first pet I've ever had. Loved him so much. So at first I was freaking out when he was eating, like all happy, yay, good job. You know, he had been through a lot. He was a very traumatic dog. He was abused when we first got him. He was 9 months old. We got him at a shelter. He had got surgery to be neutered, and the medication that I was putting in his mouth was pain medicine that I got from the doctor at his little vet. I had paid a bunch of money to get some medicine, so they showed me how to put medication in his mouth. He was not being hurt or abused. The guy named Fred is was not real, obviously. There's nobody abusing me. The lady, Miss Misty, was a real woman. Story about her is she wound up leaving, and her dog wound up leaving, and she went to abuse her boyfriend, and I really missed her, and she wasn't in a really good situation. She didn't really know how to get out of it. What else? Abby, well, when the guy was throwing rocks, that was kind of the dogs in my image. That never happened. Obviously, this was all made up. But that was kind of the point of view of the dog, being overwhelmed by everybody in the boarding home wanting to hug the dog and kiss the dog and play with the dog. So I wound up having to give the dog away to my church friend who I got the dog from in the first place, and because it was just too many people trying to have attention with the dog, and the dog was just scared because of all the loud noise and stuff. And I, let the dog stay in the cage for a lot, keep it from a low environment that was keeping the dog, calm and everything, not too stimulating. The woman, which was me, Melissa, well, I didn't want to put my real name, obviously, but I did not drink, or I didn't drink or do alcohol, but I wanted to do a point of view of what it's like for somebody to see somebody go through alcoholism, and even kids, they don't understand it just like a dog wouldn't, They see that the mother or father is having trouble walking, and it scares them, and they get hurt, they laugh, they're confused, and they associate falling with pain, and they don't know what's going on, and that's just, everybody, I've been through alcoholism, I've been through addiction, I've seen people in addiction, and I know firsthand it's scary, and it's very hurtful to see somebody go through that and to be with that, and I wanted to share what the dog had experienced, which honestly wasn't real. This was a whole made-up story, just to be an eye-opener and whatever. And I hope you guys enjoy the book. If there's any questions, let me know. Thank you.